I just got off a call with a gym owner who made a decision that cost them over $2,000 in profit, and they didn't even realize it. This gym was crushing it with apparel. They were running 3 to 5 pre-order campaigns per year, selling 35 to 50 items each time. Then they listened to some gym business sales guru who told them to ditch pre-orders and switch to print on demand. And what happened next was that they went from 35 to 50 sales per campaign to struggling to get 3 to 5 orders per month. That's a 90% drop in sales. My name is Matt Albrizio. I'm with Forever Fierce, and today I'm going to show you why print on demand is destroying your gym's apparel sales and what you should be doing instead. Let's get into it. The print on demand promise versus reality. And let's jump into this. There's really 3 key things that print on demand claims. 1, you can order just one at a time. 2, people couldn't order whenever they want. And the third one is people can print and select whatever item they want. So you don't have to worry about like pickiness, and people can just order whatever their heart desires. And all of this sounds appealing on paper. But the first one, no inventory, people can order just one at a time. Here's the issue with that. In the printed goods industry, if you're only printing just one item, it's usually low quality. And I can pretty much guarantee you've probably never even ordered off of your own print on demand store. So you have no idea how bad the quality is of this stuff. And so you're gonna be printing on 100% cotton tees that people don't wanna wear, women's tank top styles that went out of style 20 years ago. You have to use the pre-order method. You have to order in some type of bulk, 12 or 24, something like that. The second thing, the second promise, people can order whenever they want. Look, unless there's a buying trigger today, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more, but unless there's a buying trigger, no one's going to go on and order this stuff. It's just the honest truth. These stores get a lot of clicks. They have a lot of people spend time on these stores. I'm not going to dispute that. The problem is the checkouts and the conversions. All I care about at the end of the day is helping you make sales. That's all I care about. That's all I want to see. And if these things are not going to result in more sales, there's no point in doing them. And the third one, people can pick whatever they want. The problem is people load these stores up with too much stuff and people get choice paralysis. You might not believe this, but choice paralysis is a real thing. It's definitely proven across many industries, and choice paralysis will easily kill your sales if you're not being thoughtful and deliberate on what you're picking out and ordering. The other downside of print on demand is that it kills the fun of drop-in tees. I'm talking to you gym owners who are in vacation spots, specifically Hawaii, or maybe you live on like the West Coast on a beach town or a popular, just some type of popular tourist destination town. We've all had this happen to us, and it's really annoying. Basically, you plan out a vacation, you say, hey, I'm gonna drop into XYZ gym, I'm gonna do a workout, and then we're gonna go on with the rest of our day. I'm visiting Hawaii from New Jersey. This is the only time I'm gonna probably visit, and I wanna have like souvenirs everywhere I go, just something to have to remember this trip because it's really unique. And you show up to the gym and you're like, okay, here's a drop-in fee. Do you have any tees I could buy? And they're like, if you go to this website, you could buy our drop-in tees there. It's like, I don't wanna wait 4 weeks to get this shirt. I'm gonna be back at home freezing to death. I don't wanna get this t-shirt in the mail 4 weeks later. So it's a huge buzzkill if you are in one of these vacation places and you have low quality merch. Again, there's so many gyms in town now. For someone to pick your gym and you not have anything, that's a real bummer. And again, if you're worried about inventory, you don't have a ton of cash to spend on this stuff, that's totally fine. You can always just reach out to me. I'll show you just like an effective way to stock some drop-in tees that make sure you always a little something on hand that doesn't break the budget and break the bank on this stuff. So let's talk about the real numbers behind this disaster. The client went from 35 to 50 items per campaign to 3 to 5 items per month. That's roughly 140 to 200 items per year, down to 36 to 60 items. At $15 profit per item, they lost $1,500 to $2,500 annually. And you need to start calculating, how has this bad advice started costing your business? And look, you might be saying it's $1,500, it's $2,000, but in reality, apparel is one of the only things you can do in your gym business in which you do not have to put in crazy effort to do. If you have to replace this income, you're probably gonna have to sell people on higher ticket personal training. You're gonna have to add a bunch more group training members, and those come with massive trade-offs, right? Like you have to do all the follow-ups, you have to spend money to get these people most likely through some type of advertising or lead, or you have to nurture these people. You have to make sure that you retain them over time to make up this money. Apparel truly is one of the quickest, easiest ways to increase your bottom line and to increase your take-home pay out of everything you could do in the gym. So here's why pre-orders dominate print on demand. It creates urgency and the fear of missing out, or FOMO. That drives immediate action, and there needs to be a buying trigger. And that might just be something like, we have samples at the front desk, there's a deadline to order, this is the only time we're printing this design. These are all buying triggers, and this is what's gonna make people actually make a purchase rather than order whenever you want, it's available, we have some new designs in there, do it when you want it. And another little bonus thing is that when all these orders arrive together for the pre-order, it creates community buzz and it creates social proof. And then the FOMO really starts to hit home, because what you could say is something like, hey everyone, for Memorial Day, if you bought a shirt for Memorial Day, do me a favor, please bring it to the workout. Even if you're not gonna wear the shirt while we work out, no worries. Can we just take a nice big group picture of all of us? Everyone wants to feel like they're part of something. Once people start seeing other people rip open packages and look like they got a gift or something, people are like, damn, I really should have ordered something. It's going to make sure that they participate in the pre-order the next time. Now, before I explain why so many experts are giving terrible advice, let me be clear about something. At Forever Fierce, we've built an entire business around the pre-order model because it's the only thing that consistently works for gym owners. We handle everything: design, samples, marketing, fulfillment, and you pay nothing out of pocket because we use these pre-orders. I'm not sharing this to sell you something. I'm sharing it because bad advice is costing gym owners real time, money, and energy, and someone needs to call this out. If you want to see how the pre-order model could work for your gym, there's a link in the description to book a call with me directly. And now let me tell you why this bad advice keeps spreading. So here's why experts keep pushing bad advice. And there's a lot of these gym business guru guys running around right now, and they keep giving terrible advice when it comes to apparel. And look, if you want to take their advice on coaching, on retention, maybe it's ads, whatever, that's their specialty. My specialty is apparel. So again, when they give you advice on apparel, one thing you should ask is, hey, do these people even have a track record of selling apparel? A lot of these people you see making these recommendations really never had any success selling apparel to begin with. And I know this because I've worked with them, I've seen their orders, and they could barely hit the minimum on a majority of their orders. So before you take advice from these people, you should probably ask, hey, have you ever sold apparel? When's the last time you did it? How many items are you selling? Do you have any proof of concept? Look, again, if you want to take their advice on coaching or, systems and processes, by all means, that's their thing. I don't get involved with that stuff, but really you need to think deeply when they start talking about things like t-shirts, supplements, or even legal advice. It's dangerous to your gym to subscribe to just these ideas blindly. Now, look, the other secret that no one wants to talk about is that how much are these people getting paid to sign up people with print-on-demand services? And that's all I'll say about that. I think it's natural and normal where if you do work with a gym mentorship company, to just ask, hey, if you're asking me to sign up for this, you're asking me to work with this vendor, are you getting a kickback? Is there any referral here? I just want to understand the incentives. That's not rude. That's just being fair and clear with you, because if you know someone's getting a referral bonus, someone's getting an incentive, well, then that changes the math. That changes how I approach this, because if they're getting a big referral bonus or a big sign-up bonus, I need to know that. So I need to work with other people and interview other vendors, not just the person who's paying these people for every referral and sign-up. And here's always the missing thing from these gym business guru people who support these print-on-demand stores. Look, if these things work, show us some numbers. You say it's easier, you say you can make more sales, you say it's more profitable. Okay, show us numbers. Do you have any numbers? Here's where these arguments fall apart. They never show you any numbers. And look, here at Forever Fierce, I'm the most transparent, open person with our company. You can look at my books, you can look at our sales data, I'll send you everything I got. If you say, hey, send me the last 10 web store profit statements, okay, here you go. I got nothing to hide with this stuff. So again, if you ever want to see orders and stats and how much money are you cutting in profit checks, how much money do people make from these orders, what's the average order size, I'm going to turn all that stuff over to you, because you know what? I'd rather be transparent and open with you with this process than hide something and just make a quick sale. Again, I'll let the numbers do the talking. I'm confident everything we're doing, we're the best fit for gym owners in this space right now. I guarantee we're getting the most results. I guarantee our clients are having the most success, and I just let the numbers do the talking. You can look at all the numbers if you want and make that determination on your own. Now look, there's a big trust problem in our industry today, and here's what happens when, gym business guru guy recommends these crazy strategies. To them, it doesn't matter, right? Like, what the hell do they care if you sell 50 shirts per order? But really, it sets you back. And at the end of the day, that's all I really care about, is how can we keep gym owners moving forward on this stuff? And to be honest, in this environment with so much competition for gyms, you don't have time to lose time with this process. You need to keep this moving forward. You need to keep improving on this stuff. We can't get set back 3 or 4 years because some gym business guru had an idea about print on demand. But one bad recommendation can erode years of trust. And look, this is strictly, I'm talking to these gym business guru guys right now. If you give a bad recommendation on a vendor, it will set back years of trust. You could have 1,000 videos. These people could be in your coaching group for 10 years. If you connect them with the wrong apparel or supplement vendor, these people will cancel their membership because they don't trust you anymore. Because if you can't get t-shirts right, what do you know about the actual strategies that go into the gym? So I always tell gym business guru guys, look, there's tremendous value in partnering with reputable vendors in this space, and you should really consider doing that before you try and be like the jack of all trades guy. Now, look, I always say this, and I'm just being honest with you, apparel apparel advice should always come from people actually doing the work, not these gym business guru people who have never sold any t-shirts in their life. Look, to be honest and fair, these people may have done 3 to 5 orders when they still owned a gym and they hit a couple minimums. That's awesome. It's really hard for people to do that. And look, this part is more for these gym business gurus who are going to see this video. And really what I recommend is that if you're one of these gym business gurus, instead of trying to be the jack of all trades, just partner with an apparel company that actually has success doing this. I'm asking you this because I'm tired of seeing gym owners get set back because of some dumb strategy you put out that you didn't think about. So again, I'm talking to the gym business gurus right now who are going to see this video. Please stop recommending stuff that's going to set our clients back. And what we need to do collectively as an industry is help lift these owners up and move them forward. One bad recommendation will erode years of trust, because here's the honest truth. If you can't get t-shirts right, what do you know about the main strategies that actually go into building a gym? So this is why I recommend for all the gym business guru guys, you could work with us, you could work with another company. At this point, that's going to be up to you and I don't care. What I want you to do though is I want you to think about your clients and not just think about yourself and the referrals and the kickbacks you get from this. And look, at the end of the day, apparel advice should come from apparel experts and people who actually have success and a track record of doing this. To be honest, we have the data, we have the experience. I've closed personally 25,000 t-shirt orders in my life. 25,000. I've sold somewhere between, I would say, 1 million to 1.4 million shirts at this point, and I've closed like $25 million in t-shirt sales. So I have a lot of experience doing this. I guarantee I have a lot more experience than pretty much anyone out there with this stuff. And if you need someone who's really going to set your clients up for success with this, that's why I want you just to reach out, book a call with me, and I'll walk you through how we do this for thousands of gyms across the world. Look, I'm not trying to bash other business mentors or coaches. Many of them provide incredible value to gym owners in areas where they have real expertise, but apparel isn't one of those areas for most of them. And when they give advice outside their circle of competence, it costs gym owners money. The gym owner I talked to yesterday lost over $2,000 following print-on-demand advice. That's money that could have gone towards new equipment, better marketing, or just into their pocket. When's the last time you took your family on vacation? That's your vacation money. So if you're currently using print-on-demand and are wondering why your apparel sales suck, now you know. And if you want to see what the pre-order model can do for your gym, click the link in the description. Subscribe for more content about what actually works in gym apparel, and I'll see you in the next video.